Hello guys, and welcome to an episode of Frenchie Keeps It Real. And today I'm going to be keeping it real about the Gina Curl. Yes, the Gina Curl. That is what I have. I'm here to give my honest, unbiased review about the Gina Curl. First, I want to start with why I decided to get the Gina Curl. I have changed up my hair a lot throughout the years. I've done perm to natural to perm to natural. The last couple of months were spent in braids just because of the coronavirus. My salons were opening and closing randomly. So I just said, I'm just going to braid it up and do that for a couple of months. When I decided to take out my braids, I kind of wanted to just wear my natural hair. However, it is really hard to deal with natural hair if you are just not patient enough to do it. There are some girls who are super duper patient and know how to style it, and they look amazing with their natural hair and it looks so beautiful and it's so inspiring. However, I just don't have the time to do my natural hair. The constant manipulation of it and having to like do twist outs and braid outs every night so that it looks good the next day kind of made my scalp sore. So I just started looking for something else. I didn't mind processing it again. I'm not like fixated on just being natural or fixated on just being processed. I switch it up, like I said, all the time. So I came across the Gina Curl. I started doing my research on the Gina Curl because I wasn't going to just jump into it and get it done because it was the new fad. I was like, I'm going to do my research on it. I'm going to DM the people who are in these YouTube videos. I'm going to find you on Instagram, DM you there also, because I really wanted to know what I was putting in my hair. Before we get into that, I just want to address what happened to me when I started to do my research. So I would see so many comments under girls' videos who got their hair done, and people were like roasting them. People were like, oh, she robbed you. You just got a Jerry curl. Ha, you're stupid. It's just a wave nouveau. She just called it something else and raised her price. Like, it was so much going on in the comments, even down to like, she's a white lady. How dare you go let this white lady do this to your hair? It was so bizarre. You know, like Issa Rae said, I'm rooting for everybody black. And that's true. Us black women deal with a lot of shit with our hair. And to just pull another racial thing into this just seems so unnecessary. All right. First and foremost, the reason why I wanted to look into Gina Curl is because I know people who have gotten the Jerry curl. My mom had the wave nouveau. I know people who had the S curl. I obviously had my own perm. So I have seen firsthand what those things did to people's hair. The wave nouveau, it worked for my mom for a little bit, honestly, but then she started having like a lot of breakage. Bald spots were appearing in her head for whatever reason. The Jerry curl, it just always had that like wet look. And when people got the Jerry curl and weren't doing the wet look, it just kind of looked frizzy and puffy, and no. S curl, no. Because I've seen that go wrong with a lot of people where they get it done and then their hair comes out straight. Weird. So I've seen those firsthand not go so well. So I was just like, I'm not going to try that if I've seen it go wrong. Like, why would I do that? All right, cool. So let me now hit up these people who got the Gina Curl done and find out from them firsthand what it's like. A majority of the people that I spoke to had nothing but good things to say about it. They said that their hair felt super healthy after they got it done. They said that their hair was growing at a faster rate. Their hair was just easier to take care of. So that's what kind of pushed me to go and get the Gina Curl done. Now, in terms of the money part of it, it costs a lot of money to get the Gina Curl done. But here's the only thing I have to say about that. If I manipulated a product, because it's not like Gina invented curly perms. If I manipulated a product and it was showing healthier results and people were liking it and I was the only one who had it, then guess what? I'm offering the service for a hefty price also. And if you want to pay for it, then you pay for it. And if you don't want to pay for it, then you don't pay for it. I think it's just really mean to tell people that they're dumb for paying the money they're paying to get something done to their hair. There's girls who get $1,200 lace fronts, and there's girls who get $200 lace fronts, and they look the same. But I'm not coming at you for your $1,200 one. It's just bizarre. Like, spend your money where you want to spend it for what works for you. So one thing I was seeing, people were saying that, but it's her technique. It's her technique, so I'll pay for it. And I didn't understand that at first because I'm not a hairstylist. I don't know what techniques should or shouldn't be used or what's a good technique or whatever. I've watched people get a wave nouveau or a jerry curl. And when you get those processes done, what they do is they relax the hair first. Your hair will be relaxed first. And so how they relax it is they put the cream, which holds the chemicals that relax your hair, they put it on your hair, kind of like a perm. What they do at Hair's Talent is, let me show you my hair. So my hair is my natural color, and then the other half of it is a permanent color. One of the issues that I was afraid of was that my colored ends, I can't even call it an end because it's halfway up my hair, but the colored parts won't curl the same way that the natural hair color parts will. So what they do at Hair's Talent is they have different, I'm going to call it concentrations. They have different concentrations of the product. So what they would do is they will put a certain concentration up until that colored part, and then they'll put a different concentration on the end so that your end results have, your whole head has the same curl pattern. Now, someone else somewhere could be doing that technique. I tried to look for that elsewhere before getting the Gina Curl done to save money, and I couldn't find it. One of the issues I ran into before when I would process my hair with a perm is that my colored parts would fall out. So I was, sorry, my camera died. So I was really excited to find somewhere that was going to take care of my colored hair, my hair with color in it, and my natural hair. So all in all, that's kind of why I ended up deciding to go and get the Gina Curl done. Look, I get it. This is called Frenchie Keeps It Real, and I'm going to keep it real about everything. Black people want to keep money in the Black community. I said it. I get it. I understand that. But I'm also going to go where my hair is being treated properly, you know? But if you know people in your community who are taking good care of people's hair, are performing curly perms, and have hair retention, and just put their names in the comments instead of arguing with people. And if you don't know anyone, then shut the hell up. That was kind of mean. I take that back. So one of the obvious pros is that my hair curl pattern is much more manageable now. My hair went from a 4B/C to a 3B/C. Literally all I do in the morning is take my spray bottle, kind of spray around till it's like pretty moist. I add a little bit of leave-in, add a little bit of the curling cream, scrunch it, give it a little shake, and I'm out the door. So that's definitely one of the pros, is that it cuts down on the time to do your hair. Another pro is that I didn't know this before going to get the Gina Curl, but you can choose your curl pattern once you get there. They have 3 different rod colors, if I'm not mistaken: gray, pink, and blue. Gray being more of a wavy, blue being more of like a curly, and pink kind of being in the middle. When I was there, I saw girls using different colors throughout their hair. I saw girls using just one color throughout their hair. I decided to use 2 colors. I used the pink and gray rods. And that decision was made for me based on the pictures I showed them of the kind of curl pattern that I was going for. So once I showed them the picture, they said, oh, pink and gray. And that's kind of what I ended up with. By the way, my hair is completely dry. One of the questions that I would get from friends and family after I got it done was, but does your hair have to stay wet to have the curl? And the answer is absolutely not. This hair was soaking wet this morning because today's my wash day, but it is completely dry now. Completely dry. Oh, this could be cute. Hold up. Nah. With every pros comes some cons, and the cons, the honest cons about the Gina Curl, it is expensive. Gina! Girl, that process is definitely expensive. My hair length cost $700, I think it was $700 to get done. Yes, it costs $700. How often are you getting touch-ups? Not often. I don't plan on getting another touch-up for about another 8 months. You can't get a touch-up before 6 months. They won't allow you to. For, I don't know the reason. I can't speak on that. But another thing is, and this is just an expectation that I had. So because I'm used to getting a perm, and that's the only other process I've had, I'm used to my roots being like, I'm used to my roots being like flat on my head, which I kind of liked when I initially got a perm. The technique that they use, they stay away from your roots. And not just like by a little bit, like it was like this much of my root is not processed. I do still have my natural roots going on, which is fine because the curl pattern still comes out beautifully, as you can see. But that's just something I wasn't expecting. And I did miss my roots. If not touching them is what's going to keep my hair healthier, then I'm absolutely fine with that. Another con is that it takes a super long time. If you are going to get a Gina Curl done, do not make any plans for that day. My process took about 8 hours. 7 to 8 hours. There was a delay when I got there because I think one of the sinks, the temperature of the sink was having a little bit of an issue, but that got fixed, but it did kind of back up everyone. So I did have to wait a little bit before they started with me. But once they did start, I believe it took about 6 to 7 hours for the whole process to be completed. One of the other cons I have, and this may not be a con for some people, but I almost got the impression that when I received the Gina Curl, if you are following her aftercare to the T, it's almost like you're stuck with it. And let me explain. She recommends that you comb through your hair and wash it twice a week, which is perfectly fine because prior to getting the Gina Curl, I was washing my hair once a week. So adding another day doesn't faze me. I love to wash my hair. It feels amazing. But that runs into an issue if you do like to do protective styles. For example, I like to keep my hair in braids for a month or a sew-in for 2 weeks. When I do my lace wigs, I like to keep that in for a week or up to 10 days. So it's just kind of like, okay, if I need to comb out my hair every like twice a week, I can't really do that. So I know that that's an issue I'm going to run into with myself. I like my box braids, and I don't think I'm ready to give that up. And I'm not about to put box braids in my hair and take them out in a week. Like, we'll see if I find a way around it. With that said, I'm pretty sure there are going to be some questions, comments, and all those other things about the Gina Curl. And I'm happy to post another video just answering some of the questions honestly and truthfully. Like I said, I'm not an ambassador. I'm not paid by Here's Talent, you know. Like I just really want to give my honest opinion on something that I've gotten done. All in all, I really, really love my hair. I do love my hair. I'll post some before and after pictures in this video. If not, I do want to make a hair journey video, so I may post it in there. But overall, I love my Gina Curl. I would recommend it to people. Um, yeah.